One of the things that I've been doing a lot in my journey is just declaring. I just tell everyone, I'm like, bruh, this is my goal. Like my goal by the end of this year, if you don't know, my goal by the end of this year is to get down to 130. That's it. 130 kilos, like 130 kilos for me, my size, my body that's probably like, I don't know, NRL, like that's an NRL size, right? And so one of the things that I've been doing within that, like in preparation to these 90 days, so we have like I'm doing like a 90-day sprint with the brothers. I said, I told everyone, I've got an email of about 5,000 people, and I just told them on my Instagram, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna lose 20 kilos by the end of this year. I'm about 150 right now. Okay, but I did this earlier on in my journey, guys. Now, I remember the first time that I came out and I declared my goals. I came out in 2015, 16, and I remember I created this video. It was this video like I full went into detail, and I got my video camera. I got my wife to record me, and I said, it was the most difficult thing. One of the most difficult things that I did in my journey was when I was over 200 is I put it out there, and I said, I recorded this video and I said, hi, my name is Felise and I weigh over 200 kilos. And I started to talk about why I wanted to lose the weight and you know, what was my goal? What my why was my children, my why was my family, my why was I didn't want to live this life of, you know, feeling withheld back from, you know, building a business, you know, being the man that I know that I could become. And so I remember creating that video and then editing it and adding little things in, you know, I didn't do a live. No, there's no way I was doing a live like this. I didn't do a live like this. I recorded the video on my phone and then I posted it up. Now, when I was posting this video up on Facebook, bro, it was the most scariest thing ever. My wife was like, I remember we're driving down to, like I live in Campbelltown, so we're driving down to Wollongong. And my wife's like, just post it, just post it. I'm like, babe, just give me a second, just give me a second. She's like, just post it. And all that was going in my mind was like, well, what if you don't lose the weight, Felise? You're going to look dumb. You're going to look stupid. Your friends are going to find out. Your family's going to find out about it. Your cousins are going to find out about it. What if you stop after 6 weeks? What if you stop after a month or 2 months or 3 months? And I started to doubt myself, guys. You know what I mean? I started to doubt myself. And when I noticed this, when I became conscious, and my wife said it to me, she's like, "Are you doubting yourself? Like if you're doubting yourself, then you're probably not gonna. You're already setting yourself up for failure." So when I caught myself slipping, when I caught myself doubting myself, I said to myself, "That's why I need to go all in. That's why I need to post it." And I posted up, guys. And when I posted my video of over 200 kilos, I posted it up on Facebook. It was scary, but when I did it, like to be honest, when I posted up, I didn't want to look at my Facebook. And if you've done this, you're gonna know what I mean. I put my video up on Facebook, on my normal Facebook page, and I just kept getting all these notifications, likes, people commenting. Bro, I did not want to look at it. I was terrified. And then I remember, you know, went to the beach, was swimming. A couple hours later, we're driving back home, and then my wife's like, look at your Facebook notifications. And I remember going through my Facebook notifications, just looking at it, and I was just like, it was empowering. It was truly empowering because, you know, everyone was kind of supporting me. Everyone was like, Felise, good on ya. You know, we're happy for you. And there was a sense of energy. There was a sense of motivation that I gained from doing that. Even though it was uncomfortable, I knew in my, like, I knew for myself, it was something that I needed to do. And so I did it. And so ever since then, guys, I'm sweating, man. Ever since then, I've just been declaring, putting it out there, burn all bridges, man. There is no plan B in your journey right now. If you're not hitting your goals every single week, most likely it's because you haven't gone all in. You haven't made the decision. You haven't made the decision like, man, I'm going to go all in on this. Like the plan B doesn't matter. There is no plan B. There is no plan B in your journey. How are you going to benefit from having a plan B? How are you going to benefit from having a plan B? Think about it. Like if your goal is to lose 20, 30, 40 kilos by the end of this year, you're not going to benefit having a plan B. And then if you start to write your why down, you're like, this is why I want to do it. This is why I need to do it. my children, my family, my business, my, wealth, my job, my career. Because I don't want to feel withheld any back. I want to be able to go out in public and feel comfortable being out in public. I get it. And so most of you, let me be straight up with you, most of you are just dabblers. Most of you are just dabbling. You have one foot in, you have 1 foot, like you've set your goal and you're like, this is what I want to achieve. But then you also got another foot in the same, like on like, nah, but I don't want to go all in, if that makes sense. You're just dabbling. You're just dabbling. And one thing that I'll highly suggest for you that's gonna get you to just kind of break through your journey and just consistently just like get result week after week after week is just go all in. There is no plan B, guys. There's no plan B. Burn all bridges. Burn all your boats. And it's tough. I know, it's hard. It's hard, but let me say this to you guys. There is no growth in comfort. You cannot be growing and be comfortable at the same time. You cannot be comfortable and growing at the same time. People look at my journey and they're like, how have you been able to do it? What's the nutrition? What's the exercise? It's got nothing to do with that. It's the mindset. It's like, for me, it's like there's no other option. Like, I do not want to go back there. There's no way that I'm going to go back to being over 200 kilos. No way. There's no way. So the fear of me going back there is what drives me. Most people, like, if you're not seeing results, if you're not losing 1 kilo a week, you haven't gone all in. It's like you're thinking more about, it's like the fear of failure is holding you back than the thought of the fear of success. Like, what if things do happen? I was telling this to the brothers, like, why don't you go all in? Why don't you declare it? Why don't you just tell everyone? I remember last week, we drove through Hungry Jack's and we did my kids some hot chips. And like, for me, I've got like, this is me when I was back in 2013. I weighed 100 and this is me at 130. Okay, this is me at 130. And I was telling everyone, I was driving through the drive-thru at Hungry Jack's and I was like, I paid for it on my phone. I tapped it. Then I was like, do you know this person? Do you know this person? She's like, who is it? I don't know who that is. I'm like, that's me. That's me in 2021. That's how I'm going to look in 2021. So she started laughing at me. And I might look crazy, but I don't care. Every single day, I'm going to convince myself. Every single day, I'm going to tell myself I'm already there. And so most of you you're not in that mindset. And you're thinking to yourself, Felise, why? I'm not losing weight. Felise, I'm setting the same goal year after year. Why are things changing? Brother, because you haven't gone all in. You're still holding yourself back. The fear of failure is holding you back. You're just dabbling. Go all in. Declare it. Tell everyone. Tell everyone. When you tell everyone, there's a sense of energy, there's a sense of motivation that you're going to get from that. Just think about it. Let's say you did lose 30 kilos by the end of this year. How much more different would your life be? Most of you are doubting yourself. Stop dabbling, brother. Stop dabbling. You have 1 foot in, you have 1 foot out. You go all in, but then you come back out. Why do you think you're not getting consistent results every single week? Why do you think on the scales you're not dropping every single week? Because you haven't gone all in. Burn all your bridges. No plan B. Burn all your boats. Have one goal, and that one goal is your main focus right now. Like, your focus right now should be, your focus moving forward right now should just be losing 1 kilo a week, 2 kilos a week. That's it. There's no other focus. Declare it. Tell everyone on Instagram. Create a YouTube video. I'm documenting my journey. And I'm not going to be putting it out to maybe till next year, but I'm documenting every single week. I'm documenting my journey. Create a YouTube video. Create a YouTube channel. Post it up. Go live. Share your journey, guys. Stop playing safe, man. Stop playing it safe. This is the one secret that I guarantee you, if you apply in your weight loss journey, that you're going to see results every single week. Why? Because you're talking about it, you're thinking about it, you're declaring it, you're putting yourself out there. And it's not easy. It's not easy, but there's no growth in comfort. There's no comfort in growth. That is a true testament in my journey, 100%. Most of you are dabbling, and you're like, why aren't I losing the weight? Because you haven't actually gone all in. And going all in requires you to be courageous. Okay? I get it. I understand. But my reasoning is so much more stronger than the resistance. The resistance of, oh, I'm going to look dumb. I'm going to look stupid. People are going to talk about me. Bro, I don't care. Like for me right now, I just want to be the best husband that I want to be. Like this is how I be. Like for me, I'm just like, I think about 5 years from now. I think about 10 years from now. This is what drives me. This is what pulls me. I think about like my kids. My eldest daughter is 5 years old. I'm thinking about when she turns, 50, like when she's 15, when she's a teenager. What is the example that I want to set for her? What is the standard that I want to set for her? I think about my children growing up and being in this world where it's changing. They're going to be comparing themselves to others. They're not going to feel loved. Most people, when I was overweight, I was pouring my insecurity into my children. I want my children to go through life and, just to be themselves, but be happy being themselves and not feel like they have to buy material things to be able to make them feel important in life. So if I'm going to teach them that, I have to apply that in my journey first. I've got big goals that I want to achieve. Like I'm 30 years old now. There are goals that I want to achieve 10 years from now. For myself, for me and my wife, for me and my children. Financial goals. Spiritual goals. So when I start adding all these things up, I'm like, man, there is no time. Like people are wasting time right now. Wasting time on dumb things, stupid things. Your focus right now should be losing weight every single week. Get rid of the weight. I guarantee you, when you get rid of the weight, everything changes. You're so much more happy. You're so much more productive. You can truly enjoy life. Okay? That is the secret, guys. Burn all your bridges. No plan B. There's only plan A. And plan A is your priority right now. Stop focusing on dumb stuff. Focus on the nutrition. Focus on the exercise. Ask yourself this question. What would it take for me to be able to lose 1 kilo every single week? What would it take? What would it take for me to lose 2 kilos consistently every single week? What would that look like? What would your nutrition need to look like? What would your exercise need to look like? More importantly, more specifically, what would your mindset need to look like? The way you're thinking, you need to be able to answer these questions. And if you cannot answer these questions, most likely you're not achieving your goals. Okay? So this is definitely a powerful tool that I've applied to my journey, not just in my journey, but I'm seeing within the brothers. Like I see some of the guys that come in that I work with, they're just dabbling, they have 1 foot in, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And then you got the ones that just go all in. They're like, Felise, I'm all in. Let's go. Let's make it happen. And when I look at those guys, I'm like, man, that's why they're getting results every single week. They're getting results every single week because they declared it. There's no plan B. They burn all their bridges. They burn all their boats. And it's just, that's the goal. This is the goal. And this is the goal, but this is the reason why that goal needs to happen. Okay, their reasoning is so much more stronger than the resistance that they're going to experience to be able to achieve that goal. Okay, so take what you learn from this, apply it to your journey. Other than that, off much love. It's public holiday here in Sydney, so enjoy time with your family, but also stay focused, man. Stay focused because the journey don't stop.